Howdy there, folks, and welcome to SHOT Show 2024. My name's Steven Bresnaw. I'm at the Athlon Optics booth, and I have Dustin here who's going to show us some new awesome thermal scopes they just came out with. They've never done thermal before, and they got some cool scopes. So what do we have here, Dustin?
Hey, thanks for coming into our booth. We've got one monocular. This is our 35M. This is a 400 sensor. This runs on an 18650 battery. The real exciting stuff to me are the rifle scopes. We brought out 3 models. We have an entry level, which is our 35 objective 400 sensor, clear up to a 5640. This one is our mid-range optic. This is a 5400, so it's going to give you a little less field of view, a little more magnification. Overall, these things have been performing very well. They have an auto shot record function, so when you pull the trigger, it's going to record 3 seconds prior to you firing and 7 seconds after. So if you forget to hit the record button, if you've got that turned on, it's going to get it for you.
Which I would forget.
Yeah, it's easy to do in the heat of the moment, right? That auto shot record has a sensitivity adjustment that you can set yourself. So if you're running a really heavy, low recoil rifle, or maybe you're bouncing around an ATV, depending on your hunting situations or your firearm type, you're going to be able to tweak that and get the performance you're wanting out of it. All of these have a 25 millikelvin NETD rating, 50 hertz refresh rate, and this guy has a built-in lithium battery as well as 2 auxiliary batteries. Cool thing here, when you're on a hunt, if your auxiliary battery is going dead, you can swap it without powering it off. You can stay in the moment, stay in the action. In fact, I was out shooting coyotes one night. This battery died on me. I pulled it out just as a coyote was coming in. I dropped this stuff on the ground and just went right to my rifle and made the shot.
That's awesome. One of the biggest problems I have while filming hunts is batteries going down at the worst time. So that is a really awesome feature. And so it has the internal lithium-ion rechargeable battery. I looked through this thing and I was blown away at the clarity and sharpness of the image. And then the fact that you can adjust, what do they call it? It's your color tint or?
Yep. So you have a few different adjustments. This one here is just your color palettes. If you want like a green hot, a red hot, a white hot, we're going to have our zoom so we can zoom in and out without ever coming off of the rifle. Of course, if you want to run a power bank, you can run a power bank off the side and power it that way as well. In my experience, the 2 batteries that come with it and the internal, you're going to go all night long.
So yeah, the top knob, adjusting that color palette is super intuitive. And then you just push down on that to go through your menu settings. Your focus is right here on the front and knurled knob up here. I believe this has a hard anodized finish. Yep. Waterproof, fog-proof.
30 millimeter tubes, so very, very calm and easy to mount, whether you're putting it on an AR with a cantilever or some lower rings on a bolt-action rifle. Base magnifications are going to start around 2.36, which is kind of the important thing for a lot of guys, having that wider field of view. When you're out at night, the wider field of view, it's certainly easier to know what's going on around you. You're not limited. You don't really have the spatial awareness when you don't have light, So the wide field of view is kind of the huge win on the 35 400 and the 5640s.
And then I was surprised at, really, it's not too bad for a thermal scope as far as weight. And I mean, it basically looks like a normal scope. So real streamlined, not overly bulky or anything like that. Yeah. You got your start and stop record button right here, and you can also take pictures. Does this have an internal storage, or can you add an SD card?
64 gigabyte internal. So it's going to take a very, very long time to fill this up. It's recording in 1080. Your eyepiece is a 1080 resolution as well. It does have a sleep function, so we could go 1, 2, 3. It goes to sleep. Anytime you hit a button, a dial, it's going to turn right on instantaneously. The only thing we haven't really mentioned on this is it does have the one-shot zeroing feature. You can freeze frame on your target after you take that first shot, make your adjustment, and you're done.
All right, thank you, and I look forward to testing it out.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Bullets for Bucks. Check out this next video and subscribe.